So I've been a student of German studies, and in our years of in the university, we were given texts of Kafka, the shorter text of Kafka to read. The very first literary texts we were engaging with at that time were Kafka, for example, shorter texts like Gibbs Auf and Vor dem Gesetz and so on, which were at that moment of time at the level, in the terms of level of language, easier to understand. And so we began with those texts. And that's why I came to know Kafka for the first time. Currently, I have been involved in translating Kafka into my own mother tongue, which is Urdu. And I'm also working on translation history of the literature for Kafka in my area in South Asia. So that is the way I'm connecting with Kafka these days. Kafka is still a big phenomena in India even now. I mean, it has been already since 60s, 70s. People have been engaging with his works, writers, critics of literature from different languages, because India is a multicultural, multilinguistic country. Therefore, we have so many ways of looking at Kafka from different languages. Particularly in my case, I'm looking at Urdu, so there have been writers who have been really much influenced by Kafka's writing. I would take example of current writers like Khalid Javed and Nair Masood, who were avid readers of Kafka, and then when they started writing their own fiction, they involved lots of techniques and the feel and the so-called Kafkaesque in their writing. So in that way, Kafka is still a big phenomena. Also in movies, there have been movies which are heavily based on on the works of Kafka, have been influenced by the vibe of Kafka's world. So in that sense, yeah, he's very big a phenomena in our region. Particularly, one aspect of Kafka studies which seems to be not really looked into till now has been the case of animals in his work. So animal study, I know it's a field coming up these days, so it might really become big in the future. But particularly, I see the use of animals in his work is huge. It's so many works are dealing with animal characters. So looking at that, looking all of that from the perspective of animal studies is something which is not really done in detail till now. So I would like to see that happening. And also, politically speaking, an aspect of Kafka which is very important to note is that he talks about this feeling of being very active and involved in progress of some kind, but not really going anywhere. The stories happen to be having that feeling, and we live in a time which is also of that nature. We have lots of progress around us, but there's no real progress in that sense, in the political sense perhaps. So that way, I suppose we can still look into the works of Kafka and and make it more relevant for even now.